I know a lot of people don't rock with Candice Owens, but I like her, to be honest with you. I like her messages. I like the way she dresses. I like the way she thinks. So let's check out one of her videos. This one I thought was amazing. I thought that this one was dope.
Wow, what an incredible plot twist. Remember Brittany Griner? She is the young WNBA player who spent 10 months in a Russian prison. And this is really just a story of someone who was so arrogant, assumed that the way that she was living in America must have been the absolute worst because she's a black person. And obviously black Americans are suffering so much. You know, they're suffering more than anybody in the entire world. And you can believe that if you've never stepped foot out of your own country. And then you realize that actually what black Americans are suffering from is petulance and a lack of education, right? Because they haven't stepped out of their own country and they don't realize that we are unbelievably spoiled, just as is every single American. If you are breathing in America today, you are suffering from privilege.
And the reason why she says that is because you have to step outside of your bubble in order to understand what she's talking about. If you live in what you consider poverty, go to another country. Go to another country where there's true poverty, where you have to sleep on the dirt floor, where you actually have to go scrounge in the trash for food. Really go to another country and tell me that you don't have it hard. If you've got an iPhone, you don't have it hard. If you have a cell phone, period, you don't have it hard. If you have a device where you're listening to my voice, you don't have it hard.
Tremendous privilege. But of course, Brittany Griner didn't know this back in 2020 when she didn't think that she should stand for the national anthem. In fact, she thought that the national anthem shouldn't be played at all during the WNBA season.
Right.
Adding that she would not be on the court even for the anthem if it were to be continued to be played before games. That was how strongly she felt about the disgust of hearing the anthem play because black people are suffering in this country. The ridiculous bratty protest brought to you from Colin Kaepernick, right? Oh my gosh, we're all earning millions of dollars for learning to dribble a ball or throw a football. But obviously we're suffering somehow, right? Aren't we suffering? No, we are not. Then something amazing happened. Best thing that could have happened to Brittany Griner in her entire life.
I agree.
She learned a lesson.
I agree. 1000% I agree. She had to learn, and she did. She learned a valuable lesson. Stay in your goddamn lane. She learned.
She did. She learned a very, very important lesson, and it shifted her perspectives.
Yep.
And she did this because, like the brat that she is, she had some pot on her. She's like, oh, I don't have to respect anybody's laws. I'm black. I'll just say, it's because I'm black that you're treating me like this.
I would disagree with you there, Candice. I don't think it's just because she was black. I think because she figures she's a celebrity. Right? And she's quote unquote rich, although I don't think they make that much in the WNBA, but still, she's a celebrity. So she's like, oh, I can do what I want. I get away with it here all the time. Not in Russia.
And Russia said, you're going to prison because you've carried an illegal substance into our country. And she was locked into a cell for 10 months, pleading with anyone to bargain for her release in America, right?
Yep.
So here's what her agent wrote in an op-ed for Time. She wrote, having been put in a literal cage too small for her frame, stripped of her essential American freedoms, and deprived of even her most basic rights during a sham trial and unjust sentencing, Brittany, supported by many other players, will make a statement this WNBA season by standing tall for those uniquely American freedoms.
Yes. Send more people's ass to jail. No, not to jail, to Russian jail. Send more people who are ungrateful to a Russian jail. She thought she had it all. She was the boss. She was balling. She was all over the news and newspaper. Everywhere you look, Brittany Griner has to do with the WNBA. But my point is that some people need to be punished in order to get it. Some people need an ass whooping in order to get it. And she got an ass whooping. Thank you, Russia, for whooping her ass and having her go, oh, the light bulb's on. Maybe I did have it good in the United States. Stop your goddamn bickering. Stop it.